Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken, and today we're here to do a breakdown of all the major streaming services. We're going to talk about prices, price increases, all the different options, just kind of paint the overall picture of streaming in 2025. So,
Yeah, there are, so many different streaming platforms out there, and we're not even going to cover all of them because I feel like that's kind of hard, but
yeah, just the major ones.
Yeah, we're going to cover the main ones, and the prices are always changing.
Yeah, I mean, in light of there's been so many streaming services that have gone up in price. A lot of news stories come out. This went up in price, that one. I thought it would be like this was beneficial just for me to go through all the prices and figure out like what exactly I'm paying for some of this stuff.
Yeah. So,
and kind of eye-opening at the same time while I did it.
And then we're going to kind of just talk about which ones we think are worth it. And, of course, that's subjective based on what your interests are. But yeah, we're just going to chat about it all here.
Yep. So let's get into it. Let's start with the big one, the Big Mac Daddy of streaming services, and that is Netflix.
Ta-dam.
Yeah. So if you want to get the standard of Netflix with ads, it is $7.99 a month.
$7.99
That's not too bad.
Ads. Okay. All right.
If you want to get the standard with no ads, and that's the version that we have, it is $17.99 a month. And then there is a premium, which includes 4K, and I think there's more options for more people to watch in your household.
Right.
For $24.99.
Okay.
There's also another interesting thing that I didn't even know that they offered. Apparently, you can add on $8.99 to your bill, and somebody that you know can get Netflix through you and your accounts.
Yeah, so I read that if you add on someone like that they actually get their own login.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you don't share a login and password. They get their own.
It was almost their answer to people, sharing their accounts and things like that. I think because they really started cracking down on that a few years ago.
They did, yeah.
But yeah, let's just talk about Netflix, I guess, what they offer. Is it worth that price? I don't know. What do you think? We pay $17.99. Do you think that's a fair price for Netflix?
So, I do feel like the jump from ads to ad-free seems kind of big.
It's pretty big.
It's a pretty big jump
there. It's $10.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many ads they play. We've never tested that.
I know. Yeah.
We've got ads on other streaming services.
When I think of ads with streaming, like Netflix doesn't pop into my head because we just have it. Again, we've been Netflix subscribers pretty much since it came out. So
2010, like we've been subscribers since we were getting the DVDs in the
mail to home. Yeah.
That's how it started for us.
Yeah. So I think that we were kind of like grandfathered in. And so that's kind of how we never really dealt with ads, I feel like. But anyway,
for a while we were paying like $11.99, I think. I mean, when we first got it, it was like $8.99, $9.99, which was totally worth it for everything they were offering back then. But it's just, especially since COVID and the pandemic, like I feel like the prices have just gone up and up and up.
Yeah.
For these streaming services.
But overall, Netflix. You can say that there's a lot of garbage on there, but there's also a lot of good stuff.
There's a lot of content for sure.
There's a lot of content, and Netflix is where it's at as far as like documentaries go. Yeah. And I love documentaries. I think I might like them a little bit more than you do.
A lot of true crime documentaries.
Yeah, but we do still watch a lot together. I don't know. I think Netflix is worth it because although there's a lot of, not so good stuff on there, I feel like the good stuff that is on there, I feel like it makes it worth it to have.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good movie selection on there. I mean, Netflix by now has at least, I would say, 1,000 of their own original movies.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty good. Some of them we've never checked out, but we've watched a lot of Netflix original movies.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's a lot of trash, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they get, the big stars to be in their movies, so.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of great shows. I think Netflix really shines the TV, shows like Stranger Things, but also the Mike Flanagan shows like Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass. I mean, to Netflix's credit, I think it's the only streaming service we've never canceled.
Right.
And we've had it for almost 15 years. So that has to say something about Netflix. Just a consistent stream of content that, for the most part, is pretty decent and pretty quality, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, Netflix $17.99. I mean, it's a lot more than we were paying, but I guess it's worth it to us to keep it.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the Hulu Disney Plus combo, and I went ahead and joined them together because I'm pretty sure very soon they're going to be combined, and
I was wondering
you can't
if
have
you did
one.
that.
You can't have one without the other,
right?
And I actually think that starts on October the 21st. So the standard with ads for Hulu Disney Plus, the combo is $10.99 right now, but it's getting ready to go up to $12.99 on October the 21st.
Okay, with ads. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe you can still get Hulu by itself and Disney, but they're merging at some point. I don't know exactly when, but they're merging at some point. And the price point to get both of them will be $12.99 on October the 21st. So then we've got standard no ads, which is $19.99.
Okay.
To get the no ads, and then we pay right now for the ads one. So we've had the ads.
Just Hulu though.
Yeah, just Hulu. We've had ads for Hulu for quite some time, and I think wasn't Hulu like $7.99?
I think, and I'm not gonna lie, guys. The ads with Hulu, they're bad.
They're pretty bad. So
they're bad. And I watch quite a bit of stuff without you on Hulu. And I mean, there's an ad even our son complained about this. He's like, can we upgrade to the ad free? Because if I want to watch even like a 20-minute like episode, it's taken me, 45 minutes to get through it.
Yeah. I mean, the gap isn't as big with the ad free versus the ads for Hulu. And Disney Plus, it's $7 versus Netflix is $10. I don't like the fact that I'm kind of being forced into Disney. I mean, Hulu's Disney too, technically.
Yeah.
But it's like Disney Plus, I'm not like very interested in anything on there. It's Marvel, Star Wars stuff. I'm just not really watching those TV shows now.
Yeah.
So like if we get the standard no ads, then we're paying $20 basically for Hulu, which is going to be the main streaming service that we watch.
Right.
So I'm not entirely happy about the idea of having to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Hulu, they do put out, some pretty good documentaries here and there. They do have like a consistent, stream of new movies hitting their service.
Yeah, they do a lot of the Fox Searchlight stuff. So a lot of movies that were in theaters you'll find come on Hulu at some point.
So I mean, we do like, because we can't get to the theater a lot, we do like the ability, if you don't plan on getting it on physical media, it is nice to have the option. But that price is definitely pushing it. And I mean, I do think it'll eventually, I think it could be possible that we end up canceling it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's something to say about a lot of these streaming services, kind of just treat these streaming services like it's a la carte, like subscribe to one, cancel one. I think that's the best way to go. Like, do not find yourself subscribed to all these for any length of time, because you're not going to watch. You're going to find yourself not watching stuff on certain ones for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But Hulu, Disney Plus, like, it's a good value. Like, again, this is just us. If you're
into
somebody
Disney,
that's really into the Disney,
sure.
Marvel, Star Wars shows and stuff, it's good value to have both Hulu and Disney Plus for $19.99.
If you have small children at home, all the Disney shows and stuff, like, heck yeah, totally, I'd be all over it,
And then you got Hulu for the more adult programming.
Right.
So,
because I mean, on the Disney, I'm pretty sure they have like the Disney Junior shows. So if when our kids were little, like, they watched that stuff. So.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we've got Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime is pretty unique in the fact that, you have the mailing service of Amazon.
Yeah.
So there's multiple benefits to having Amazon Prime. But if you have Amazon Prime, which is $139 a year, or it's $14.99 a month, you get that free shipping with Amazon, which everybody uses Amazon a lot. I feel like most people get their money's worth just with the free shipping.
Right.
So it's basically free. But the interesting thing about Amazon is that they added a $2.99 a month if you want ad free. So you have to pay an additional $3 to get the ad free. So right now, I guess we got the ad service for Amazon, because we have not paid $3 a month additional.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being like entirely honest, like, we have Amazon Prime for the delivery service. It's kind of just like this added feature, I guess, to have like the streaming service. I don't feel like it's great. I definitely wouldn't consider Prime being one that like the streaming service alone, I don't see it being one that we would have.
I will say the depth of content on Amazon Prime is pretty deep. Like if you go digging on Amazon Prime, you will find some very obscure movies and television shows and all that kind of stuff.
But let's be clear, most of it you have to pay for.
No, like just the regular stuff. Like they've got a pretty vast filmography in there, but
free.
Most of it you're not going to see. Like it's a terrible interface, Amazon Prime.
Right.
Like you're not going to see it up front. Like you got to go digging.
Okay.
Or like if you know a movie you want to watch, look it up on Google. Most of the time it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
But yeah, no, you have to. There's obviously movie channels and stuff that they're kind of partnered with and have on their service,
which
as well.
Makes it very confusing.
But I mean, there's good shows on Amazon Prime. It's just that we don't really gravitate towards them. Like The Boys is on Amazon Prime, the Lord of the Rings shows on Amazon Prime, and we've watched quite a few shows that were Amazon Prime originals at one point or another. So, I mean, for us, it's worth it because we get the free shipping.
Right. Well, so is the new Fallout show is on there too?
Yeah,
right?
Fallout's on there. Like they've got good programming, like some quality stuff that's up there with like stuff that you would see on HBO or something. I feel like with Amazon Prime. So there's good value there. HBO Max is the next one. And for the basic with ads for this, which I didn't know there was an ads for HBO Max until I looked this up. It's $9.99 a month, or it's $99.99 a year, which is basically going to save you $20 if you get that option. Or the standard, which is $16.99 a month, which is what we pay, or it's $169.99 per year. Or you got the premium version.
Are you following?
Which is 4K streaming for $20.99 a month, or $209.99 a year. So we've never taken advantage of any of these yearly options. I don't think, because that kind of locks you into that service for a full year. And I don't think we've ever wanted to fully commit to a service like that.
Even though we've had them that long, but.
We have. I mean, we use HBO Max for the most part for like TV shows, I feel like. But it's really hit or miss lately, it feels like.
We have not been getting our money's worth out of HBO lately. You know, when Game of Thrones was on. Well, I don't even know. Did we watch Game of Thrones in real time eventually?
Eventually, yeah. When it got to like season 5 or 6, I think we were watching it in real time.
How could I forget the finale?
But the first few seasons we watched on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Or DVD.
So, you know, we watched it for that, and then, you know, House of the Dragon, which it's not on right now. So.
And Succession and White Lotus. I mean, they've got some great shows that we've enjoyed. Mare of Easttown. So I mean, we watched a lot of shows on HBO Max. It's just there's not really anything that we're super into watching.
Right. And I would say, you know, it's been several months since we've. Because you know we didn't get into The Last of Us season 2.
No, we did not. But one good thing about HBO Max is all the new Warner Brothers films, they will end up on HBO Max first because they're partnered with Warner Brothers. Also, A24 I think is partnered with them as well, so all the A24 films will be on there. So there's a lot of newer films that will end up on HBO Max just a couple months after they hit theaters. So that's something to note for sure.
Do you feel like the price is fair or worth it?
Honestly, for HBO, I feel it's a little inflated, but I mean, it's HBO. Like they've been charging a premium since the 80s. You know, people would have to pay a premium to get it on cable. So I mean, it's nothing really new for HBO. I guess it's in line with how they've always been, honestly. Right. But next up, we've got Peacock. Got to talk about the cock. We got the premium version for $10.99 a month, or $109.99 a year. And this just jumped from $7.99, which is what we were paying. And I'm going to talk about what happened here in a second, how we're paying a very low price for Peacock right now. Then Premium Plus is $16.99 a month, and I guess this is for no ads. And that is $169.99 a year. So we just realized that we're not taking advantage of our Peacock enough. They're going to raise it to $11 a month. It's not worth $11 for us to have it. So I went to cancel it, and they offered me like a year at $3 a month or something like that. So I'm now paying $2.99 a month for Peacock. So for that, it was worth it.
For at least the next year.
Yeah, for at least until I think it was like a year.
Really?
That I get it at $2.99.
I don't know you got it.
So that's a tip for you. They just raised the price. Try to cancel it, and maybe they'll lower your rate to $2.99.
The good old, threaten to cancel.
And maybe it might be the case for a lot of these.
And you didn't even have to call.
I didn't have to call. I was literally on lunch canceling it, and then they offered that. I was like, well, $2.99. That's very low. That's how they get you, though. That's how they lock you in. But Peacock is good because a lot of the Universal films will end up on Peacock. A lot of the Blumhouse stuff, and again, a lot of the stuff that was in theaters we didn't get a chance to see, we can watch on Peacock. I think we also watched Yellowstone on Peacock as well.
We did.
Which we're in the middle of.
As far as like original content though, I don't really feel like they're leading in that.
No, not at all. I mean, they got some shows we could probably dig into, but not a ton.
They're not really on the radar for me. It's more so, new releases that hit streaming.
Nobody really has that new content, I feel like, locked down quite like Netflix does. I mean, it's like every week you're getting 10 new shows and 20 new movies, and it's like you don't get that with any other service. But next up we got Paramount Plus. This is one we're not super familiar with. I think we've maybe had Paramount Plus a total of 3 months or something. But this, you have the Essential, which is $7.99 a month or $78.99 a year, or you have the Premium, which is $12.99 a month or $119.99 a year for that.
Okay.
And I think a lot of these have like sports packages and all that kind of stuff, different sport. We're not super into sports, football, basketball, all that kind of stuff, so we wouldn't know about that. I think that's a big draw to Paramount Plus. But there is some original programming on Paramount Plus, I'm pretty sure.
I do believe one of the times that we did get Paramount, it was to get the live TV feature.
Okay.
So that we could watch like the Emmys or something, or
something
the
like
Golden
that.
Globes, something like that.
But yeah, we don't have a ton of experience with Paramount Plus, and we don't currently have it.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Apple TV Plus, which is a service we were pretty high on when it first came out, and we've since kind of fell off of Apple TV Plus. But monthly, it just jumped from $9.99 to $12.99. So now it's $13. When we first got Apple TV Plus, it was $5.99 a month.
Right.
Like, so that's how far it's come.
But that they were very
there wasn't a lot of content.
Very new to the game. So yeah, now they've got some shows that they're doing.
Yeah, they got some heavy hitters on there for sure. Or you can pay yearly for $99.99. So there's no like additional tiers or different types of plans on Apple TV. It's just you pay monthly or you pay yearly. Apple TV, I feel like we just watched all of what we wanted to watch on it and we canceled it. They do have quality shows though. They do have a lot of shows that we've enjoyed on it. But
I think we watched Defending Jacob.
That was a good show.
We watched
The Servants.
We did watch that. We did not conclude it though. We got kind of
Ted Lasso as well. We started that, didn't finish it.
Kind of got burnt out.
The Severance, we started that, didn't finish it.
Yeah, there a lot of
there's a theme.
Lost interest. Yeah, in the continuation of the shows. But yeah, I think it's kind of one of those things where if you see something advertised that seems interesting, well, maybe we'll get it back for a bit to watch it. So
it's got a lot of shows though that a lot of people talk very highly of. I think the Foundation or something, and there's a Silo.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. We were into the morning show for a bit.
The morning show we watched
with Reese Witherspoon and
I remember,
Jennifer Aniston.
I don't know, it was like 2020, 2021, early like COVID era. Like we were watching a ton of stuff on Apple TV Plus back in those days.
Currently don't have it. And don't feel the need to have it.
They've got some original movies, like they've got Killers of the Flower Moon on there. They got a Napoleon, I think. Yeah, I mean Apple TV Plus, they've got good programming on there. I feel like they got a lot of good stuff that we haven't checked out, but right now we don't currently have it. Next up, I mean that's all the big streaming services, but we got a smaller one right here with Shudder, and Shudder's one that I don't stay subscribed to. I know a lot of people are like faithful to Shudder, big horror fans and stuff like that, but I kind of just go in and out with Shudder. But monthly it's $8.99 and yearly it's $89.99. And this is great for horror fans. If you like horror films, they got a lot of classic horror films and they got a ton of new horror films. I feel like they're dropping horror films like every week on there.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, if you eat, breathe, sleep horror, I could see how you would want to keep Shudder, because it does seem like they're constantly putting out stuff. Some of it I feel like is kind of like low budget, not so great stuff, from what I can tell anyway. But then there are some like pretty decent stuff on there as well. So
yeah, so good amount of streaming services. I think we did a good job breaking them all down here today.
I feel like it does get a little like convoluted.
It does.
Is that the word?
We did this to help the people and also help ourselves.
When you're talking about prices and stuff, like I feel like that's going to go over a lot of people's heads. You know, pay this for a month, pay this for a year, pay this with ads, pay that without ads. You know, I think they try to confuse you on purpose. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to streaming, you know, I feel like if you love movies and you love shows, like you kind of have to like keep up with all this stuff if you want to see the new stuff that's coming out. You could easily say, screw streaming, I'm canceling all of it. I'm just going to watch physical media, which, you know, I know that a lot of people in your neck of the woods likes to be like that. But for me personally, I don't want to have to wait for stuff to like finally hit physical media. Like I know that the turnaround is a lot quicker nowadays, but still, like if I want to see some original movie that Netflix puts out, which we know Netflix doesn't do physical media. Yeah. So it's just, if you want to like see that stuff, you know, you got to have the streaming. So, but I don't think.
And also it's worth pointing out that we've been cable free since we got into streaming. Like we got rid of cable.
Honestly, I forget that cable even exists. Like,
I think we probably got rid of it over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like we haven't had traditional cable with all those channels in over 10 years. We've been completely reliant on streaming services and physical media.
Yeah.
Since then. So, but I mean, we're basically back to square one. This is the new cable. Like you add up all these prices and you're paying like over $100 to get this on top of your internet bill.
Right.
So like I said, you really need to just buckle down, figure out what you want to watch at what specific time and just pick and choose and make sure you're constantly subscribing, canceling, working your way around. Don't find yourself subscribed for too long to any streaming service.
Yeah.
Unless it's Netflix, because they're constantly doing a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it can be just tricky because you're like, oh, like, what if I cancel it and then I want to watch this or that? You know, it can kind of be a little like OCD, I guess. But yeah, at the end of the day, we do live in a time where we have lots and lots of options. And, you know, I guess that's not a bad thing. But it does get expensive. So
yeah, but there you have it. That is our breakdown of all the streaming services. Also keep in mind that this video will probably age very quickly. I mean, it's 2025 that we're filming this right now, and prices will probably jump in the next 6 months again.
Yeah.
But thank you all for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Also subscribe if you haven't, and
let us know, you know, what streaming services you guys have, if any.
Yeah.
Let us know which ones you want to cancel.
Yeah, for sure, in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.